This is the route that takes you to Mulungu Beach. I came to shoot POATE at Speak Resort Beach. This is the biggest expo of everything about tourism in Uganda. Yeah, that's what brought me out today. But I ended up on the beach with Hajjats from Saudi Arabia at Mulungu Beach. You can't blame me, that is part of Gulf Venture. And this is how it started.
The installation is about the elephant in the room. So it's we recycled a lot of helmets to really create awareness on responsible tourism and waste management. But the whole idea, we want people to reflect in their own elephant in the room context. For example, what are those things that we live with and we are not comfortable with and we don't talk about them. So the elephant in the room idea cuts across. It can be political, it can be environmental, it can be personal or places of work. So that's the whole idea of the installation. It's a moving installation. It's been exhibited at the US Embassy. Today it's here at POATE. Next week it will be at Lugogo for the Tech Innovation event. So yeah, and my name's Regan Kandole. I'm a lecturer at Chambogo University. I'm also an eco artist. I work with an organization called Eco Action. We work with the most marginalized urban youth and women to come up with different innovations in waste management. So we encourage people to take responsibility to live in an eco-friendly environment.
I came on the last day, you can imagine. Did you ever think that the president's car can be towed? Because I'm just looking at right now as they are towing away the former Obote's car. Those are one of the things that have been presented here, and
I am glad as a commissioner for museums and monuments to be here today and to see that since 1967, some of these cars for the last 40 years, one is 59 years coming to 60, and when we see Obote coming in the rain, the cars, at least now for the first time, they are coming out to be seen by the to be viewed by the public, and so they were viewed by the public here at Munyonyo, while at the Expo, the Pearl of Africa Expo 2025, and it has given us a lot of visibility, and we think that vintage product should be one of the things that we should think of as Ministry of Tourism and as a country, because there are a lot of vintage cars or old cars outside there, and we call upon those with the old cars, that those that they think that can come to the museum, those that we can keep for them, they can come, and then we preserve them for the posterity, because we want the future generations to see even the means of transport. You know how technology has not started today, how it started long time ago.
so that's the car, the presidential car of Dr. Milton Obote, and here is the Amin's limousine, which will also be towed away. Well, for those who learn lessons, I hope there's something you can learn from this. Once in a while, these were the most taken care of cars in Uganda, feared, and now they have to be pushed and towed away. There's something to think about. Yep, and Amin's car was also a Mercedes-Benz. I can imagine the men and women who sat in there and went off to their villages to narrate of of what they had sat in and life. So basically we came at the time when they were transferring things, and so I'm heading down. The time I was there, they were doing security checks, but now you can see I'm walking through the parking lot, and it is really full. That means people have really come out for the event. And we are at the registration area, and as you can see, it is all lining up and things like that. And
it doesn't end like that. Guys, don't pass go. We're here. It's not a good video.
Hi, my name is Nami Ariana Luisa. I have come to visit Speak Resort.
I've come to see different people with different culture, different views. So especially I've come to see what others have that is different from ours. Yeah.
so after being here, I realized it's only going to be a music show. Don't laugh at me, I'm not the only one. I met some guy who came from Hoima. If he's watching, just say hi. He came to also, showcase what they have, and when he reaches here, the fourth day is just the music event and people is putting down stuff. So I'm going off to another beach and enjoy my weekend. We are now at Mulungu Beach. So we are at the top of the Mulungu, what's Mulungu? The fish point. And one interesting thing here is that if you come up here and you do not, you buy the drink, the chair is free. But if you do not, if you just want to eat fish alone, you have to pay for the chair. So I was telling my friends here that if I had just come alone, I would have walked until here. But for them, they were saying, too far, too far, too far, too far. So I've been here, they promised us 30 minutes for the fish, and let me tell you, it was getting to 1 hour. So when you come, don't be deceived of the time. They tell you, Simanye, short time. You know how they do the Ugandan thing, but eventually they take a long time. So the trick is, you order for the fish before you get hungry. Otherwise, if you get hungry and order for the fish, the waiting time will make you lose appetite and you get annoyed and you eat while you're annoyed, and we don't want you there. But being at the beach, the breeze, the sun is out. Yeah, our country is nice. And by the way, there are boat rides, and the moment you come in here, you're bombarded by people who are either trying to sell you fish or a ride. And if you are not so conversant, you at least bargain. That is the traditional language of Uganda. We bargain for almost everything, apart from when you are in a supermarket. I have a friend of mine whom we went to a supermarket once and was even bargaining in the supermarket, and believe me, they got a discount. So bargaining is our language. So when you're told something, you talk about it before. Yeah. So when you are annoyed, you find it much quicker to agree to a price because you don't want to get more angry. So in Uganda, keep cool. So let me apologize. I forgot one thing. I was supposed to pay for my water. The visitors paid when I was not aware. Now I'm just apologizing on behalf of the Uganda. So my newly found friends have gone. We sat and they were having. So where was I? We had they had fish. I sat with them. We conversed and talked whatever we needed to. We were comparing notes on the number of how for them walking is hard. Basically, even coming here, they use the border, and me, I said I would have walked. So we were comparing notes. Yesterday I walked like 12 kilometers, and for me, she pulled out her app and like she walked for 1,700 steps. You can imagine the difference. And today the highest she had like 4,700 steps. And she was telling me of where in Saudi Arabia the government put in a walking app where they would pay you for walking, and people chose not to. You can imagine if it was introduced here in Uganda, I think it would be scrapped off within like a day, because the government analysts would look at the steps that are being reported on the platform and they say, colleagues, this one has failed. You people, Uganda is very, very much endowed with so much food, so much green. We were, comparing between Saudi Arabia. She was showing me how big it is, and I told her, goodness, it is a desert. And here, look, the island, the waters, the vibrancy. I was asking her, were you shocked when you looked at our, the Ugandan girl, you step into Uganda? And she was like, no, even the Ugandans we came with, the moment they stepped on the plane, they pulled off that, I've forgotten the name of what they call your black robes, you know them. And yeah, we would like to be free. Yeah, freedom is coming one day. And this place is totally busy. People are going in, people are leaving, there are events, there are people who have come to eat fish, there are people who have come to eat... Okay, let's leave that one. So I hope you're not shocked because I'm not going to show you the faces. Well, for their privacy, we really had a very good, nice time talking about, the different countries, the different tribes, the culture, the places. Yeah, that in one of my videos, the one of the coffee, I was telling you the advantages of interfacing with people from other countries. It really opens your eyes. And when you see Ugandans screaming and making noise without context of where some of our foreigners come from and why they are here, it gets lost in the topic. And please, whatever fence you stand on, find some time and talk to somebody whom you're not so comfortable with. And believe me, it teaches you a lot about people and where they come from and everything about their country. That's how we learn.